I've been trying for over 10 minutes to figure out how I want to express what I wanted to say. And I'm just struggling. And I realized the best thing to say is the honest truth. And the truth of the matter is, over the past 6.5 months, I have been fortunate to experience the manifestation of a prayer that I've had for over 30 some odd years. And that prayer was to be an instrument, to be of help to my older sister. My older sister was my first best friend, and she was born with sickle cell anemia. And due to that, she had many complications that have taken place and transpired, complications as in hundreds upon hundreds of hospitalizations, kidney failures, 2 of them, a lot of scar tissue, a lot of drugs and medication, the things that had done a lot of things taking place that have caused a lot of damage to her body. And her body's been through so much. Over the past 6.5 months, we began a project. I began with a project of regeneration. I've been studying regeneration all my life, and it has manifested in me really learning my body really well. Getting into the natural drug-free bodybuilding ranks and getting my professional car and competing at high levels, fitness, business, family, just great vitality, health, and just it has taught me so much about the body. And in searching on this journey, what many don't know is I was searching for answers from not only myself, but for my sister. And I unlocked certain key foundational principles in regards to regeneration of the human body in general that are applicable across the board. And so about 6.5 months ago, I began applying these principles, these nutrition principles and lifestyle principles to her, and even with her health history and with all that's going on and everything, the blood transfusions, the hemoglobins, the crashes, she has been, the past 6 months have been nothing short of a miracle. That's the easy way I can put it. I've been hesitant to talk about it for fear that one day the other shoe is going to drop, and all that has really happened was just like smoke and mirrors and just going to disappear. But the reality of it is, for the first time in her life, she is presenting as if someone who only has sickle cell trait and not sickle cell disease. She has gone from having transfusions every 4 weeks for the better part of a decade plus to now being able to space it out to 5 to 6 weeks, and in time 6 to 7, and possibly maybe only once a quarter, or maybe not at all. But our body has gone through a process of regeneration due to key foundational principles that are in just our simple nutrition. And that is what my journey has taught me, is the power of our nutrition. It's one of the most staggering and scary things in our favor that we are sleeping on. And through the power of nutrition, my sister now is in a place where she is now expanding in life and actually living and reaching for goals again for the first time. And I didn't think it was possible for this to happen in just 60 days. Excuse me, in just 6 months. So this is just a recap. Once a month, I would sit down with her, and we would, at least once a month, and just check in and see how things are going. And just to see the progression and to see how it is from month 1 into month 2 into month 3. This is her story. This is our journey together on her path to regeneration. So it's far from over. There are many more hurdles and things to overcome, but we are so much more optimistic at the future vitality, longevity, and prosperity of her life than at any other point in time in my natural born existence. And for that alone, I am grateful. I'm Coach T, owner of TruBody Wellness, father of 3 lovely boys, husband to a lovely wife, son to a lovely mother, RP father who passed on. I am the brother of 3 sisters. I'm a gym rat, and I have the goal of being 93 years old and better than I am right now. So I'm on my path to regeneration, and with what I'm learning, this is what I'm teaching to my sisters, to my boys. And with that, my sister's healing is coming along. So let's keep going. All right, I'm out. Check it out.
All right, so impromptu. So it's been 3 weeks now. Since 3 weeks since the vacation. It was first time I think we're in North Carolina. Where we, of course, I'm just taking whatever, the grains, the fats, and whatnot. It's been officially 3 weeks as of. That's for the
cod liver oil.
Yeah.
I've gotten used to it.
Mm-hmm.
Greens and the beets. Powders all together.
So, how has the past 3 weeks been for you? Any things to make mention of that have been noticeable that have been, I don't know, different, the same, or better, or promising, or what?
Well, what happened was I was usually taking blood transfusions every 4 weeks. And then something happened with my insurance where I didn't get my regular transfusion. And I noticed that I was still going. Like I still had, I'm not going to say it was a whole lot of energy, but it was much more than it was before when it comes to just being able to maintain myself and not fall back to the point where I needed to go to the hospital. So that was something that was very noticeable. And I'm still going. Like I don't have, like I went to my hematologist and I let them know, like I don't want to stay on a 4-week regimen of blood work if my body is maintaining itself. So she was willing to look into that since this is 5 weeks since the last transfusion. And I'll be doing it this coming week, my transfusion.
Okay.
But yeah, she's willing to, play with the weeks with me, so it's not such a regimented thing.
So is it a definite that at the get to week 6 that you get the transfusion, or is it based upon your numbers? What if your numbers were like what are your normal numbers? She told
me so she told me that I'll do the blood work on what's this Tuesday, and if I'm under 28%, because I think the main issue is seeing what my sickle cell numbers are, like how much sickling is going on in my body, because that's the whole point of being on the transfusions, to keep that percentage low, to maintain the kidney transplant and my hemoglobin to be high. That's what they're saying, like, just so that things are flowing well. So yeah, they've already set me up saying that I'll be there on that Thursday for the transfusion, the exchange transfusion. But yeah, officially they don't know my numbers are yet until this coming Tuesday. So yeah, new doctors and new everything. So it's an interesting transition I'm in right now.
All right. So you said been able to get your workouts in as well. How was your soreness been? How's your post workout been? That's one thing oftentimes been an issue of just trying to do, and then the doing of whatever it is end up causing the throb to be too much as of others, so you can't maintain your.
It was more than just sickle cell pain. It was in the space of nerve pain, and the nerve pain was like out of this world, to the point where I'm like, I want to scream and can't, kind of thing, and just cry or whatever. So now I've been taking ibuprofen, and that, that's supposed to help with the inflammation of it all. Like I still feel the stinging, but it's not as bad as it was before. I've been able to exercise. I've been doing it. It depends. Some days I can do like at least twice in a day. Other days I'm like, I can't do it at all. And then there are other, so it's just kind of, not completely consistent, but as long as I'm moving and walking, I'm grateful.
Okay.
Like I know it's me versus me. So I'm just sitting there, okay, you can do this. I think a whole lot of it has been like just my mind concept of like, be careful. Like that's always been something that's been in the background of like just knowing that there's all this worry and old stuff that, are still kind of there, even though I'm like, this is a new beginning, you're okay, you can do this. And I'm telling myself just even as I'm walking, like going, like today when I went over to JFK to walk, it was initially to go see if I could go in, because they have like a senior center over there. I wanted mom to go so we could do yoga and stuff like that together, but she wasn't feeling her, so I went on my own and decided just to walk. And then I was like, let's push, and I just walk, jog. And I was gonna go for a third time around the track, and I was like, you know what? That's when my alarm went off.
Yeah, good. No. Because you already did greater than you've done. And then
I know. It's that feeling of just like, I just want to do more, but then it's also being patient with this body.
And you want to do more when the more is not going to tear you down more than you recover. That's the only issue there, recovery-wise. When you do more than your body can recover, regardless of what level you're at, is you're doing more harm than good. Yeah. And I've been there before. I'm the train. But I wasn't recovering properly because I don't know what level of recovery I'm going to need for what I just did if it's new. So if I do now, I'm at the track. I did 2 laps. I haven't done this before. No. Yeah. So that third one, I know I'm already torn down. I know I've been challenged. Like you said, you just did that. You paused. You didn't. I think that was a better call. You could have did a third, but your level of sore come tomorrow. Your level of tear down come tomorrow.
Exactly.
Am I able to eat and heal and do whatever? And what else would that throw off potentially? It's not worth that additional third. Now let me do 2. I'm gonna come back again, do 2. A third time, I'm gonna do 2. I'm good. I've not built up my conditioning. I've also built up my body's awareness on it, and then I do 3. I'm not worried about it being a stretch because I have a good week or 2 of me doing 2, and my body's used to it. So that third, that's now an allowable step versus it being a big stretch. I just try to stick with my allowable steps. Okay, but my legs are going to go but so far, and a wide step is here. We don't lunge at all, but we won't walk all awkwardly because it's not a natural flow to it. Because the next step's going to be even harder. So we stay within a certain range. No rush, no ego. But it's 2-3 times. So I say give it at least 2 rotations. I'll go for the third. If by that second one things are like really flourish, oh man, we could. There's no point. Then maybe. But give it the chance for your body to say, I'm ready. So I wanted to check in real quick. I know it was early September, maybe the weekend. Last time we did one, I think. It was maybe the weekend. Last time was here. We checked in and talked about it. That was after the first few weeks. But it's been some time since then. I know I had a house base since then. I had just regular life since then. But still plugging away. How have things been so far on your end? I know what I've said. I said something earlier. I'll share it real quick on the back end. But how have things been just activity-wise and just keeping going in the process of keeping the nutrients in and just working towards just a better, stronger, what's going on?
Me finding a way of being able to be consistent has always been something that's been up and down. But regardless of that, I've still been taking the oils, making the greens and the reds, and adding protein to that too. So when it comes to exercising, I've been doing cardio, but not like the whole 45 minutes or whatever. So some days it'll be 15, other days it'll be 20, other days it's just not happening. So it's just what it is. And it's been all right. Like the tough times, it's usually like, I think that's the thing that's in my head that I still have to shift, because it's like I'm working on it and then I get pain as a reward. So it's like, I don't want to do this, but I still do it anyway. Night times are hardest, so I've just been learning how to adjust and deal with that, and staying out of the hospital. That's the main thing that I've always wanted to be able to do. So continue on with the oils, continue on just bit by bit.
That's cool. I know when I got here and I saw you, I know I said this already. Careful now. I want to give you a hug. You can feel in your back. You can feel when something's being done. First off, when you're walking towards me, even the way your body carries itself. When activity's being taken care of, hey, it's a certain poise, a certain energy someone gives off when they are engaging in physical activity to better themselves or for strength and stuff like that. And most people don't realize that, but when you're in the game long enough, you realize, oh no, this person did something. You know what I'm saying? It's a certain way, okay, but with that, and I hugged you, you could feel, it's not just you, it's like you could feel a certain density, you could feel certain details in the back. Certain things happen. That's okay. Certain things when they happen if you're putting in work. So that's why I want to let you know, like, you can feel that. Okay, cool. Now the body feels different. we're the hardest. We're our hardest critics. That's what it is.
It's true, and I also still feel like, energy-wise, if I'm not at that space where I'm like, I feel great. I'm still kind of like, wading through, and, but the fact that you could feel something different, that made me feel good.
Yeah, so no, that's real. So we're going to 7 weeks now. So how does it feel? Where's your body at now?
Body is stinging. Body is not sleeping well.
How do you find that this has more of a latter portion, or the further you go from transfusion, that it kicks up?
No, it's random.
Okay.
There are days where I can say, "Oh, the pain is at a 4," and then the next day will be crazy high.
Okay.
And it's just like, what did I do? Did I eat something? And I start questioning. And now I'm looking at it, I'm like, I'm not doing anything.
All right. We just stay the course. Even still, the fact that you have 7 weeks still speaks to there being a shift, and that's undeniable. That's the numbers. So, I've been treated to say your body continues to keep feeling coming. That's why I want to keep being very specific in regards to how much we're doing over time, so we can even double up, like this one in the morning, this one at night. So basically, like it's treated like medicine, medicating the body on a regular cadence. So, yeah, you're gonna finish. That's good. How's it sitting?
It's good.
Yeah. Sometimes I was drinking. I thought, I started feeling. At least I could feel a shift in vitality. I'm like, I feel even better now. And it just grains and just so it makes a difference. It's something I used to gauge that off of I'll get different powders, and some of I'll feel energetic. I can feel some vitality. I feel a little ever so slightly more weight. I'm not looking for it to be like a juice up. Like, oh no, I received from it. It didn't take from me. It wasn't neutral. It was I don't want neutral. I want something to be a kick up or some degree. So if I do that, so I'm more incentivized to partake. Come out and taking my calories. I think like 20 calories, 30, but the nutrients is through the roof, and that's like the micronutrients. Even though they're not, don't carry a high number energetically speaking, they carry an impact on the body though. So therefore, everything becomes elevated. So let me go that easy. I'm glad. But so then we just keep going, keep fortifying. Yeah.
I mean, this is the whole thing. The day that I have no stinging, and right now it's feet, legs, eyes, of course, and arms.
I guess the occurrence of it being less is more. So recapping. So we are here. This is take 2. We had a good 30 minutes or so of stuff, but it wasn't meant to be captured, so we're gonna move on. Anyway, so let's recap again. So how are things health-wise? It's now been 5 months removed from when we first started. What's going on? What's different?
Well, I was in the space of being able to 3 different jobs, have 3 different interviews, actually went through the whole day. And yes, I was tired, but I wasn't to the point where I was so fatigued that I couldn't get up. Like there are times in my life where, I would be physically so unbelievably drained. So I know that my body is getting fortified, like it's getting what it needs to keep going.
How's the burning and stuff in the nerves?
When it comes to the nerve pain, every time I exercise, I know there's a difference. Because when I exercise before taking these certain herbs and oils, the fats, it will feel like my body was just like I'm just going through the shock. Like I'm going, I'm just feeling the electricity in my body everywhere. Anytime I was trying to pull, it wouldn't just be that part of the body that was being affected. It was everywhere else too. So now, when I'm actually doing my workout or doing push-ups, I'm not feeling it all over the place. Like I feel it, but it's not to the point where I stop because of the pain. I just keep going. Like I can tell the difference now. Like it's before it was to the point where it would stop me. Now it's like to the point where it's just annoying. Like before it would have me straight up crying. Like I told you this before. Like I wanted to stop exercising because the pain was so bad. It would be all over. Like I could feel every nerve ending just going off. And I'm like, you know what? You're supposed to be getting good results from exercising. You're supposed to feel good, and I feel horrible, and it would be for hours. And now, I can still feel the tingling. Like it's there's a constant tingling throughout my body, but it's nowhere near the fire that it was before.
Quick update. I wasn't sure if you haven't touched on the sickle cell stuff specifically, so I wanted to come back to that. So, how are things sickle cell wise right now?
Well, according to my stats, I'm still considered somebody who has sickle cell trait rather than the full-blown disease. My focus now mainly is about the nerve pain. Like when it comes to throbbing, to the point where it takes me to the ER. I haven't been in that space since, when was the last time? November, somewhere around there.
Yeah. 2 months ago.
So slowly but surely, I think we're becoming more and more steady, and I'm trusting it more.
Trusting what?
The fact that I can like trust my body, trust myself, because it's been a lot of that up and down. You know, it affected how I felt about myself and my body.
What about you? You texted me the other day about you at the kidney spot. How are your kidneys doing? How's everything going on there?
The kidney's great. I did have to have a procedure because I had my last blood transfusion. He had to stick a lot because the graft in my arm wasn't working. Mm-hmm. So I went in to do a procedure where they balloon it. It's like a little, where they open up the spaces. But before that, the nephrologist had asked me how I was doing, and I was just telling him how the pain, when it comes to the nerve pain, has gone down significantly.
So, what's today? February. It is February 26th. So, we are August to September to November to December. Wait, August, Lord have mercy. Halfway point. August to September, September to October, October to November, November to December, December to January. So we hit 6 months as of the mid-month this part. So we 6 months in. Officially. They're half a year. So, how you feel? Anything new to report? And you just had to work out this morning. How are things? Where are things at with you?
I am noticing that I'm stronger. Noticing that I have more, what's the word? There's more energy, and at the same time, it's like I have to reprogram myself and recognize that I'm, in the here and now, and I'm better than I was.